Hey babies, welcome back to my channel. Of course, it is Forever Chrissy here. If you guys are not already subscribed, now is a good time to go ahead and do that. If you guys are wondering what's on my face, click the subscribe button. It's so tight, I can't even move. From the title, y'all, I really can't even move this area. I'm actually wearing a mask. Today is not going to be a skincare routine video, of course, but it's going to be a really quick, soft glam. Not even really glam, just a soft makeup look. So we are starting off with a mask. So this is a Wander Beauty mask. I've had it on for about 10 to 15 minutes. It's completely dry. It is a lift off, purifying and brightening peel off mask. So really, really easy. Once you remove it, literally all you need to do is just kind of wipe your face, moisturize, and go. So I'm just literally gonna peel this off. I don't even know if this is something you guys would be interested in watching, but kind of matches my pajamas. The trick is peeling it off all at once. Oh, that pulled out a chin hair. Oh, okay. So it's a 2-in-1. Alright, now obviously I got my braids in because y'all know a wig tutorial, some type of hair tutorial was going to be coming up next, so definitely make sure not to miss that. But for moisturizer, I am going to be using the Hello Fab Coconut Skin Smoothie. This is like a priming moisturizer, so I've used this probably for about 4 days straight. I don't know, I like it. I don't mind it as a primer, but yeah, it goes on really easy, really soft, smooth, and just kind of easily goes into the skin. Doesn't have like a residue feeling at all, and it does not stink. Like, it doesn't have like an awkward smell. It's not too much perfume or anything like that in it. So coconut oil on my lips. I'm wondering if like my braids are distracting. I hope not. Like, I don't know, just let's get into the tutorial. Alright, so you guys know I love to use some type of highlighter up underneath my foundation just because it allows everything to kind of just be a little bit more radiant and shine. So I'm going to be using the Milk Makeup. This is a mini sample one, or not even really a sample, it's just a smaller size, and it's a highlighter. What's the name of it? I'm not sure. It's just called highlighter, but it's one of those push-up sticks. And I'm just going to use this in all the areas that I normally would have wanted to pretty much be highlighted. So, alright, then I'm just going to pretty much blend that out with a brush. And I'm using a foundation brush, powder brush. Kind of pack this on here. It's the Luxie Round Top Blender Brush. Gonna go ahead and get my brows out of the way. If you guys need a detailed brow tutorial, I do have that. I'll link that down below, but I'm gonna go ahead and quickly do that. I'm using Anastasia Dip Brow in the color Dark Brown. So to go ahead and pretty much outline my brows, I like to still use a pretty cheap product. This is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Warm Honey. So I'm just gonna use this to carve out my brows and blend that out. Alright, and I'm going to take this opportunity to go ahead and highlight the brows. So I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape in the color Medium. So I'm just going to do a small little highlight here. Just to kind of give that brow bone a little lift without having to go too heavy. So for shadows today, I'm going to be using the Morphe palette. Of course, this is their 15D Day Slayer type of palette. It's more of a neutral palette. I love it. You'll love it too. So I'm going to be taking the color Forever, Forever Chrissy. It's just a really orange kind of neutral shade, just right here in the crease area, just to softly kind of blend this out and kind of start as a base. And these colors are extremely pigmented. So you see how I literally only touch that into I guess with my brush one time, and already we get a ton of color. I'm just using small like wiping motions to go back and forth in my crease area to kind of further blend this out. Alright, so just a little bit above this color, I'm actually going to be taking the color Natural just to kind of blend it out a little bit. It's more of a nude that's extremely close to my skin tone. If you want to kind of make this more on the orangey side, you can. I'm going to take the color Upbeat with the same brush that we used to kind of go in this crease area. And I'm just going to use that on the outer portion, just to kind of warm it up a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take my LA Pro concealer just to go ahead and carve out the crease area. And I'm going to do this with a concealer brush, so something really, really flat and small to your eye. I'm going to start from about here and kind of just cut that crease, not exactly in my crease because I have a pretty big eye socket. So I'm actually going to just kind of fake it. And you want to make sure to look down when you're doing this because the product is really, really wet. And you want to be sure that it dries in the exact spots that you place it. So be careful. You don't have to go too fast. And this will kind of serve as a base for this neutral color too that we're going to be using. You do not want to look up at this point because if you do, that color will transfer to the top, especially because we are faking our crease. Alright, so you just want to let this dry, and I ended up going a little bit into my regular crease anyway, so yeah. Alright, so now that is dry, I'm going to take the color Natural, which again was a color that is extremely close to my skin tone, just to go ahead and mute this out and completely just kind of set the concealer in place as well. And this will serve as like our main color. So this is going to be that neutral, kind of that neutral look. And you want to be sure to bring it to the tippy top of the concealer area as well. So right on the tops of that, I'm going to be taking my Milani Bella Cappuccino. This is a satin matte color, so it will have that kind of satin finish, but it is a little bit lighter than the color Natural. From here, we're going to go ahead and take the color Editor, which is a reddish brown, just to kind of go along this crease here. Alright, so I'm going to hit this with a quick liner, just literally straight across here with the, it's a Milk Maquillage in Blackout. You can use any gel liner or any liner you feel comfortable with. This is what I'll be using today. Alright, so I did a quick little top and bottom liner. I'm going to go ahead and pop on lashes so we can pretty much finish up this eye look. I'll finish out the bottom once I have my foundation on and things like that. Alright, so I got my lashes on. To be honest, I don't even remember the name of these. I know that they are actually faux mink. They may be made by Ardell, and if I can remember and find the actual packaging, I will post that in my description box as well. Okay. My lips are so dry and crusty. Ugh. So I'm going to go ahead and get this face together, y'all. This is where we transform. I have my NARS Radiant. You guys know, I think like my second makeup tutorial, or pretty much every one that I've put on my channel, has NARS as a foundation. So like, yeah, this is my go-to. And then I recently started using the, is it the Estee Lauder? I believe it is. I don't know. I'm gonna do like an update on like, I guess my everyday routine or whatever. But yeah, one of my favorite foundations. So I'm using one of these fluffy kind of like powder blending brushes just to really get the products in there. And as you guys can see, like, this coverage is amazing. I have oily combination skin. My skin gets really dry sometimes in this area, and then it just randomly gets oily. So you guys can see this is just one layer, and it covered any of those like areas on my face that were like, you know, where I have the scars. Since I do have that oily, like acne prone combo skin, all the problems that nobody likes to talk about. So yep, I'm just putting this all over. And the color that I'm using is it Tahoe or am I using Cadis? Usually I'm Tahoe in the winter and then I'm Cadis in the summer. So yeah, this is definitely Tahoe. The bottom of the sticker is not even there anymore. Oh, I don't know when that went away. If you want, of course, just because this is a neutral look and not really like an everyday type of thing, a little bit more on the, I don't know, neutral glam side, you can do 2 layers. I don't like to cake up the foundation. So the good thing about this one is it is buildable and it does not leave your skin looking like really cakey. And that's another reason why I like having oily skin, because you actually get that dewy look without ever looking cakey. You want to bring this up underneath the eye so that you don't have to do so much concealing. Alright, and then I'm going to take my Shape Tape in the color Tan just underneath the eye. This is like one of those, you know, kind of highlighter colors, not too crazy. I am going to mix it with the other one, so with medium. So you got tan and then you got medium. I want to be somewhere in between literally, so yeah, I'm gonna mix the two. But I am gonna be taking a beauty blender. This is actually the Rihanna Fenty sponge, and of course I did damp that a bit, and I'm just bringing it up underneath the eye. And because my mascara has already pretty much dried up, I don't have to worry about like it transferring or anything like that. And boom, like our face has gone from like, whoa, Chrissy, to damn, Gina. Okay, maybe Chrissy still. So we just want to lightly blend that out. I'm not a big fan of highlighting like this area too, just because, I mean, it looks okay, but I'm not like, I don't like the overkill of makeup on the forehead. That's what really starts to kind of make you look cakey, and like you just have too much going on. So yeah, so I'm going to take this color here. I do have the smaller one just because I don't use this color as much. So yeah, literally in this little area here. If you want to do the little triangle situation, you can. I don't want to drag this out too far because it's going to do that with the beauty blender regardless. Y'all, they're still doing construction outside my apartment. Like, this has been since the summertime. That's why I haven't really been doing too many videos talking, because it's just like, ugh. You want to bring this up along the sides of your nose just to kind of snatch it a little bit. You can go ahead and use whatever's left to go in the center and on your chin. Now if you do take this out this way and it starts to cut a line, go ahead and just kind of shape that upward so that we get a quick little eye lift as well. Just because I feel like that layer was a little bit thin, I am going to apply just a little bit more right here. And the lashes kind of give you that smoky look, but then when you actually look down, you realize, oh, she's neutral, she's just playing. So the lash can really kind of take your look from like super glam to everyday, kind of up to you. Now to go ahead and kind of set my face, I'm going to be using two products. This is going to be the Beauty Bakery Translucent Setting Powder. It's in the color Flower. It's just called Flower because it looks like flour and it's translucent. And I'm going to use my beauty blender just to kind of like apply this exactly in the areas I want it to go. And the good thing about this powder is it is a white tone, but it actually has, I don't know if you guys can see that, it's like these little beige tones as well. So it is kind of on the neutral side. It's not like super duper white to where it'll leave that casty. Like, it literally looks like flour. You guys, this powder is so thin. It literally looks like flour. Talking about baking, okay. Alright, so I'm not a super fan of like a really strong nose contour. I don't even know why the hell I allowed that powder to kind of do that, but I am going to take the Fit Me, this is the Fit Me color Mocha 360. This is like their pressed powder just to kind of shape everything out. And I'm going to be using a small blending brush just to go down my nose a little bit. And then I'm going to be taking a brush that's more of like a powder kind of blush brush just to kind of cut the cheek a bit. So I like to put the powder directly at the base of the brush, sit it right in that cheekbone area, and start to blend it out. You don't want to go too heavy. Boom, look at that. Cut the cheek. If you want to take a little bit of that on the forehead, you don't need to dust back into the brush or back into the product at all. Go ahead and lightly do that. I don't like to go around my jawline because it's already strong as hell. Think we good. And kind of lightly tap it there. And then blend it out. And I use this as a rule of thumb. So from the top of my ear to where that diagonal cut would be for my mouth is where my personal, preference is for contour. I think it looks really nice. Not just myself, but other people as well. Of course, we're gonna want to add a little bit of color to our face, a little blush. I'm gonna be using the Sahara blush palette from Juvia's Place. I'm gonna be using this pink shade here. It's more of like a rosy color and combination with this kind of orange color here. It's called Yara and B. Y'all be tripping. Y'all will be tripping in my motherfucking comments, okay? So yeah, I'm going right a little bit above that crease area just here to kind of highlight the cheekbone. And I think that looks really pretty. You can kind of go on the tip of the nose a little bit. And then just to make sure all the areas of my face are set, which honestly they look like they are already, but I'm going to be taking my Fenty powder in the color Honey, which is more of like my normal skin tone shade, so on and so forth. I'm going to take this on the powder brush just to really kind of pack that into the skin. I'm not going to let it sit for too long. I'm literally just going to pat it in. You can use this as an opportunity to go ahead and cut underneath that crease if that's something you want to do. Then we're going to go ahead and start to get rid of the powder. So we're just going to make sure that we are melting everything into our skin. And I'm using small circular stippling motions. If you want, you can kind of crank up the blush just a little bit more. I think I'm going to do that, just a little bit more color. I actually ended up adding the color Tau, which is like this coral color here at the bottom. This is supposed to be the neutral shade. I don't know what made me want to warm that up just now. Alright, so now it's a good time to go ahead and finish underneath the eyes. Of course, I'm actually just going to be smoking this out just a teeny tiny bit. Alright, so I'm going to be taking the color Editor, which remember we put directly in this crease just to kind of recarve it out. Going to be going right underneath the black, which of course I did go ahead and line my bottom here. And the trick for me, because I wear contacts, I actually close my eye and literally just apply the color. As long as you have a thin enough brush, which this one is pretty thin but still spreads across the lid or underneath the eye, I should say. Yeah, it just does the job. Really quick. I probably should have waited on the mascara because I undid what I had done. Alright, real quick for lips, I'm going to be taking my NARS. This is the color Dark 2, or Keiko, I guess. Is that how you say that? I use it as a very messy lip liner. It's neutral. It works for my skin tone. So whatever you use is like your concealer. So if you do use like a cream concealer as like a contour is what I'm trying to say, use that for your lips as well. You'll see what I'm talking about. It makes any new work immediately. So I'm going to be using the color Bow and Arrow. It's a matte lip cream from Kat Von D, one of my favorites. You guys ask me about this lip combo all the time. Well, lately I've been doing this, and then I also have been adding the Maybelline Vivid Hot Liqueur. Okay. And the color Unreal. It's number 64. You can find this in the, I guess, any like drugstore. And you can see my neutrals are really neutral. They aren't like a white neutral. So if you're wanting something a little bit lighter, you could take like a more of a beige type of lip, you know, and then do more of a beige on the eye. But I wanted everything to kind of be muted out, kind of go with this little pajama thing that's going on. Because in my next video, the hair that I'm going to be showing you guys is really vibrant. So you want to make sure that you got something like neutral going on, okay? This face is almost done, but not quite. I actually have the Lit Lartizzi Liquid Beam Cosmetics. This is in the color Topaz. This is a highlighter. I'm gonna put it here just because I have not used this. I remember getting it in a BoxyCharm and I was like, oh, I love that color. So yeah, it's just a liquid highlight. Makes me nervous to use because they can get messy. So I'm gonna do this yeah, using the back of my hand, and then I have a highlighter brush that I use for everything, all my highlighters. And I'm just kind of gonna dry this out a little bit before I use it. Let me put it on my nose first as a test. Okay, nice little highlight. Put it right here. So we don't want this to get too dry, obviously, because I'm seeing what that's doing. It's okay. It's cool. It's a nice soft highlight. But we're going to take it up a notch. So we're going to be using the color Illuminati. This is a Diamond Glow Powder by Artist Couture. You guys know I love them. You might not know that because I never actually use their products on YouTube. So you didn't know that. So yeah. And their glow powders just kind of come out like this. I don't know why they don't give you a palette. I guess you get way more. Ooh, that's a lot. Alright. And we're just going to hit this area. And look at that shine. Look how we just beams it up, Scotty. You can even hit your brow bone with that. Little bit of, dang. Let's do that Rihanna highlight. She kind of, yeah. last thing, go ahead and spray the face, of course, with the Urban Decay All Nighter. Whew, that's always so refreshing. Kind of just wake your face back up. But yeah, so we have a nice soft matte look, you guys. Boom. I hope you guys like it. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and start this hair tutorial, and I will give you all the final look. I hope you guys enjoy this makeup tutorial, and of course all the details for the hair will be listed in my very next video, so definitely make sure to subscribe and turn on your post notifications if you have not already. I love you guys so much. Stay pretty, and I will see you next time.